Libra, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early May 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Libras out there. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going, my guides. Talk to me. What messages, energies, all the things. What's happening for my Libras, please? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for my Libra friends in early May. It's one of the most beautiful times of year, in my opinion, at least in my part of the world. Let's see what's happening. What do we got for Libra here? What's going on? Thank you. Okay, beautiful. All right, so a lot of you might just be doing your own thing, okay, or just in your own mode, in your own zone, not trying to cause waves, not trying to cause havoc. This is a beautiful aesthetic card as well, so there could be something around the looks here, but a main vibe here is somebody laying low, right? So if that's not you, it could be someone else. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the May subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk a little bit more about this card. So we see that this image here, it's absolutely beautiful. If you ask me, it's like a painting. We have this lady, she's in a pond. She is surrounded by the birds, the swans or geese, whatever they are. And she's kind of like amongst them. She's kind of like blending in. And that's why I always say whenever this card shows up to me, it just feels like someone laying low or trying to stay in their own lane. So for a lot of Libras, that just might be the vibe you're in right now, where it's like, okay, I don't need any of this or any of that. I'm just going to do my own thing. Like, it's giving me that type of vibe. I mean, even if you're a cross watcher, the same could be said, where it's like, I'm not trying to ruffle any feathers. I'm not trying to upset anyone. I'm not trying to piss anyone off. I'm not trying to start any drama. That's a big thing with this card. Now, also with this other message about aesthetics, I just think this is such a beautiful card. Feels very stylish and such Venus energy here, which you are very linked in with as well. So for some of you, you might be focused on your looks in this time a little bit, okay, or something surrounding aesthetics, whether it's like designing the home, designing your room, or doing something with your hair or doing something with your clothes. A very aesthetically charged type of energy here, which is really beautiful. So it feels nice to me. Let's leave it there. And we're going to get into tarot now. I always say with the first card over here, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time for the lovely Libras, please. And while we get this deck ready, let's talk about last week's reading, my friends. It was surrounding communication, and the reading was titled An Explosive Talk. So for some of you, whether that's a talk that came out of nowhere or a talk that got out of hand, communication style was like the big name of the game in the reading last week. So obviously you only take these readings however they hit for you. Energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So we might be seeing your vibe or someone else's. You know how it goes. So we're going to see what energetic themes we have for you this week, my friends. Let's start you off with 3. What do we got for Libra in early May? Thank you. The world. Okay, really could be moving into some sort of new chapter. This is big karmic energy. Okay, and if there's any sign out there that understands karmic, that would be the Libras. Okay, it seems like Libra energy, Libra and Scorpio for some reason are energies that are always in perpetual shifting of cycles for some reason. Let's get a couple more. I mean, Justice card is the biggest karmic card, so it makes sense. Yeah, now here's a card of you. And remember, this isn't gender specific. This is a very stern, serious type of energy. There could be some sort of focus on the self. Okay, so whether that is aesthetics or laying low, I mean, again, a lot of similar themes. 3 of Wands, manifesting something. All fire and air energy here as well. So the explosiveness continues, but let's hope it is in the positive sense, because I think it is. I feel like something big is right on the precipice for a lot of you. Okay, so let's go through and do a quick overview of these. I'll give you the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into the juicy intuitive stuff. But at first glance, we do have a lot of powerful energy here in this week's reading, especially starting with the World card. Then we have the Queen of Swords, and then the 3 of Wands. There's a lot of top heavy power here in the front. Okay, like with the karmic, I mean, that's a very, very intense card to start off any reading with. Okay, so there's a lot of change in play. Whether this is all one situation or different separate ones happening here, I feel like a lot of you are in some sort of time of metamorphosis. Something big's coming too. Let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. So position number one, we have the World card. And I think I recently put up a poll about like what are some of the more complex cards, and the World is one of them. It's up there. It's a front runner. Now, the World is the last of the major arcana when we look at the classical connotations of it. So it could represent the close of a chapter, the close of a cycle, the ending of something. Now, to me, this is similar to the Death card, where it could represent the close of one thing, but the opening of a new. So when I see this, I do think of change. I think of karmic shifting. I think of karmic archetypes as well. It's just a very deep type of energy and card. So is it a finality similar to the Ten of Swords? I wouldn't say so, in my opinion. To me, the World is just representing change and on to the next cycle. Okay, so yeah, some of you might be experiencing endings for sure, but the main thing I'm thinking is change. Okay, I already mentioned that several times. In my style, when I see the World, I think of the world itself too. So for a lot of Libras, you might be very focused on world events and news and politics, what's going on in the world today. Nothing wrong with that, as long as you're not putting too much energy into it and it's not affecting you too much. Okay. The other big thing here is karma, right? So whether it's karmic cycles or karma in general, we'll see how it all plays when we clarify, because we'll need to get more detail. Now, the interesting thing about this is we have the card that represents the close of a cycle starting us off. Okay, so for some of you, this might have been a close of a cycle that's already gone down, or a shift that's already begun to happen. Because as we move to the center, we have the Queen of Swords herself. Love this energy personally. I mean, I'm a fire sign. I get along good with air sign energy. So this could be you. Once again, not gender specific. This could be an energy that you're stepping into. Some of you might be connected to another air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. But the Queen of Swords to me is no nonsense, no BS, straightforward. So she's a communicator as well. Usually pretty stern. So when I see her in a spread, I mean, it could be a serious situation or somebody taking something seriously or stepping into this power or this energy that a lot of you could be doing. It's very analytical, it's plan-based, it's very strategic as well. But there are some downsides to the Queen of Swords. She could represent somebody being cold. She could represent somebody being a little hurtful or emotionally detached. So we'll need to see what's up when we clarify her a little bit. I mean, obviously, in my style of reading, since this is a Libra reading, the clarifier could just tell us something that's coming towards you or a way you might be feeling. And I'm picking that up as well. That's why I've been saying since the beginning, like, something big's coming, okay? And this back end energy really brings that home for me, because we have the Three of Wands here. The second biggest card of manifestation, in my opinion. Now, when the Three of Wands is in the mix, it could represent waiting on something. So you might be in a time that's a little bit slow. You might be waiting on a result or waiting on something. Like, it's not super action-based. But to me, it's a card of creation. This tells me that something is almost there. Something is within reach, a result or a person. Like, the ships are about to come in. So when I see the World, then the Queen of Swords, and she's looking at this Three of Wands, it's like, all right, something is right here. This could represent distance. It could represent travel as well. But the thing I've been feeling intuitively since the beginning is something big's coming. Okay, so is it in regards to change or shift? I'm not going to say just yet, but I want to dive deeper on all of it, Libra. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for my lovely Libras. Let's see what's happening. And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that World. Why is the World here? And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Libra, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, World time. Why is the World here for my good friends? Powerful. Very, very powerful. Like, you don't even see what's coming. Okay, that's, I mean, obviously life is like that sometimes, right? It's very difficult to predict the future and know what's coming, but I feel like for a lot of you intuitively, you might feel like something big or a big event or something, it's like right there. Now, does it necessarily have to be a bad thing? No, obviously not. Now, the Two of Swords could sometimes be a card of confusion, indecision, and I know sometimes Libras get a bad reputation for being a little bit indecisive. So maybe some of you are struggling with what next. All right, well, what am I going to do next, or where am I going to go next, or how do I proceed from here? These are energies that I would like you to try to I don't want to say stay out of these energies. If there's something important or serious you're going through, you're going to have to deal with them in one way or another. So there might be something you're grappling with where it's like, okay, well, what next? But the main vibe when this Two of Swords shows up to me, it's a big card of mystery. So when I see it underneath this World card, to me, aside from everything we just said, this could be like an unexpected or surprising change, a change within a situation or a change within life. And I feel like a lot of you might intuitively feel something coming. Okay. And I'm not trying to be a fear monger or anything like that. To me, yeah, for some of you, it could be closings, it could be endings, but to me, this is more of like a change in a situation that you don't quite see coming. It doesn't have to be bad though, because we're going to keep moving. I feel like there is some goodness within this reading because I got excited when the Three of Wands came out. So let's keep moving forward. We're not going to linger here too long. It is what it is. There could be something you're a little up in the air about. So let's go in on that Queen of Swords, see what she has to say. Why is that Queen here? Thank you. Full card, beautiful. Aries energy, love it. Love it. Making a firm decision, making a firm choice. I really do like this. Okay, so if there is anything, and obviously not every Libra is going through something where they're feeling indecisive about it, or there's confusion, but if there is, for the small portion of you that are, when I get the Queen of Swords and the Fool card, it's like making that firm choice, firm decision, like, all right, this is what I want to do, or this is where I want to go. Once again, this is something really good coming towards you. And another fine point that I want to point out is we have the last of the major arcana right here with the World in the first. So as I've been saying since the beginning, this is a big change coming in, but it's change for the better. So for a lot of you, there could be changes within dynamics of people or changes in your personal situations coming up. And to me, it does feel more like a positive metamorphosis. So the Fool card is something to be really happy about when I see it. Okay, now there is a little warning here about spontaneity. It makes total sense. Like the Fool could do things spontaneously or unexpectedly. You get the theme we're picking up here. So if there is something that's been hanging over your head or something you've been like a little unsure about, there's a certainty coming in here, which I really do like. And this change or this shift is a good one. I mean, if you feel something in the air, if you feel something coming, it's good. That's what I'll say. We're going to keep moving forward. I feel like I don't need to linger here. It's absolutely beautiful. Okay, so let's go in on the Three of Wands. So a whole lot of things could be changing for a lot of different Libras, right? And I know you're not a fixed sign, you're a cardinal sign, you're all about taking action, and I see it here. Okay, so let's go in on that Three of Wands. I mean, you might start making moves here. Let's see. What's going on with that Three of Wands? Yep, and then it's revealed. And then it all makes sense. We have the High Priestess in reverse underneath this Three of Wands. Then it shall all make sense. So for a lot of you, you're going through a situation or you're in a time where if there's confusion or whether there's not, there's certain aspects of life that like things might just not fully add up or they might not make sense. The High Priestess, she's a queen in my opinion too. When I see her in reverse, it's something being unveiled. It's something like aha moment. So kind of like a eureka. So when I see her with the Three of Wands, it's like, okay, after the fact, something is going to make sense. Or after something happens or after a certain event, it's like, okay, that makes sense. Now I see. Now I understand why that had to happen. So for some of you, you could be getting some like peace in something that's already elapsed or some retrospect. However, another thing I will say, her in reverse underneath the Three of Wands is this event or this energy coming in hot. Okay, so it's like once you get firm with something, once you get out of this place and into this place, then boom, it's coming at you. Okay, because I will say this as well. Every single one of these cards in the clarifiers has a little sense of uncertainty to it. We have mystery, we have spontaneity, we have more mystery showing up here. So these changes, even if you don't see what they're for and why they're for, at the end of the day, it's all going to click, it's all going to make sense, and you're going to be grateful for something. It's like, okay, I'm grateful that this actually happened. And it might not seem like it now. I mean, only take this if it hits. I feel like some of this is hyper specific for some Libras. For some of you, you might just have to watch some of your other alignments, but There's someone out there that needs to hear this message for sure. So let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card, Libra. Lots of major arcana, lots of similar themes going on. But if you kindly look in the box before the shadow, position number one, we have the World with the Two of Swords in the upright. Some of you might be in a place where you're feeling a little indecisive or confused about something. Sure, that could be it. But I feel for a good chunk of you, there is an unexpected or surprising change coming up for a lot of you. Okay, whether you've just experienced it or you're about to, that's what sets this whole situation off. Moving to the center, the Queen of Swords with the Fool card, like making a decision and a choice, a firm one to make a move. There's something good coming at you. Okay, so whether it is involving this change or this shift, it's like, all right, well, if you don't choose, the universe is going to choose for you type of energy. However, I do feel for a lot of you getting into that cardinal energy, that action-based vibe, and I feel good things. Onto the back end, we have the Three of Wands with the High Priestess in reverse. Something's going to make sense after it happens, where it's like, all right, well, I didn't understand at the time, but now I do. And it's for the best. Like, that's just energy. Like, this needed to happen for one reason or another. It feels good though. And something will make sense and something will be unveiled to you very soon once you get into this energy in the center. So please do with that information what you will, Libra. Take a screenshot if you'd like. Let's get you a shadow card here. Let's see what's in the shadows for the lovely Libras here, my guides. Early May. And yeah, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see just yet. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love and appreciation for all my members. I really do. Okay, let's get it going here. Let's get it going. Quick, very, very quick. Nine of Cups, yeah. Something really good coming in, and I really, really like this here. Now, for a portion of you, the Nine of Cups, yeah, there's energies that could be considered unsavory when we connected to it, but to me the main vibe I'm picking up here is wish fulfillment, and this showing up as a shadow card is one of the best case scenarios. So for a lot of you, this is welcoming, it's opening, it's affectionate type of energy, and as a shadow card, this is spirit saying like something you're working towards or something you really, really want is just within reach, it's within grasp, it's right there. There's just a little more time that's necessary, but you will have this. Now, the only warning I can say about the Nine of Cups as a shadow card, sometimes this could represent a person that's a little bit too nice, or somebody that has people-pleasing tendencies. So in this time, maybe try not to, I mean, it's nice to get along with people, of course, as long as people aren't doing the most, if that makes sense. Another thing I will say about this Nine of Cups, watch out for any sort of overindulgences as well. So there's a couple little warnings there, but the main vibe I'm picking up, the main message I get from this in the shadows is that of something amazing coming down the pipeline for you. Really, really good stuff. So yeah, Libra, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the May subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a one-on-one personal reading with me, you could check out my digital calendar at mastermetaphysics.com. But for the May subscriber surprise, we're doing a winner's choice this month, my friends. 2 lucky subscribers will get their choice of either the Everyday Witches Tarot, which is a wonderful deck. It's one of my favorites. Or you can choose a crystal pendant of your choice from my website. They're homemade. The energy is luscious. They're beautiful. So it's winner's choice there. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments where in the world you are from. You don't have to give me your home address or anything like that. It could be your country, state, province, whatever it might be. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you again soon.